You wake up every morning, and what do? If it's during the weekday, you probably go to work, right? And you do that for the rest of your life. Well, most of it anyway. And why do you do that? Well, to get money. But what if that money you've been trying to earn throughout your whole entire life was no longer worth anything? During the Weimar Germany hyperinflationary period in 1922 and 1923, the Reichsmark lost value rapidly against the US dollar.
That's true, honey. I think it's interesting just to find out what actually happened and to actually talk some numbers so people can really understand what happens in hyperinflation. Once again, hyperinflation, you're talking about 50% or more of inflation per month. In Germany, 1922 1923, they had hyperinflation. In June 24th of 1922, for 272 Reichsmarks, you could get $1 US. That's 272 Reichsmarks, $1 US. A few months later, in November of 1922, you needed 10,000 Reichsmarks to get $1 US. A few more months later, in May of 1923, you needed 40,000 Reichsmarks now to get one good old-fashioned US dollar.
That's fast.
Yeah, it is. And by September 1st, 1923, which was getting towards the end of the hyperinflationary period, you now needed 10 million Reichsmarks. So in essence, you were a millionaire. But those 10 million Reichsmarks only bought you $1 US. Eventually, by September 30th of that month, you now needed 60 million Reichsmarks to buy $1 US. Germany started making some major financial changes, and in November they came up with something called the Rentenmark. The Rentenmark was backed by a gold backed security, and it was pegged at 4.2 Rentenmarks to $1 US. And at that point in time, when the hyperinflation had reached its height, you needed to have 4.2 trillion old Reichsmarks to get $1 US, or 1 billion old Reichsmarks to get one new Rentenmark. So you see how we went from 272 Reichsmarks back in June of 1922 to a point where you needed now trillions of Reichsmarks in order to get $1 US. Think about that. Think about all the money you have sitting in a bank right now, or sitting at home, or whatever. Those pieces of paper, that can happen here, right here in the United States. Stay tuned for our other hyperinflation videos, and click that link below in YouTube. You can click to my blog and check out other articles that will be of interest with hyperinflation and other things. Thanks.
Scary, scary stuff.